Instead of asking each other, do you even lift, bro? We should be asking, do you even sleep, bro? Hey, it's Sarah Curry from Blaze Yoga and Pilates, and I'm back here with week 2 of Recovery Month, and it's all about sleep. You might find it hard to believe, but one of the most important factors in exercise recovery is sleep. Insufficient sleep slows muscle recovery, decreases aerobic endurance, increases stress, and decreases your capacity to synthesize glycogen. That's literally the fuel you use to move your body. And it causes an increased rate of perceived exertion. That means you think your workout is harder just because you haven't slept well. It's not. You're just a dumpster fire. On top of all of that, lack of sleep can cause dramatic changes in mood and prevent the natural processes that help you remove the emotional weight of stressful and upsetting experiences from the memory of them within your brain. In a nutshell, if you don't sleep, it's hard to heal mentally, and the struggle of life feels harder. In clinical studies on college athletes, those who increased their sleep averages saw increased sprint speeds and improved accuracy in exercises like shooting free throws. Sleep is actually the time when your brain incorporates new skills and prunes your neurons for learning. If you don't sleep, you can't learn. Period. Learning doesn't happen in the day. Prioritization of neurons involved in learning happens during the activity, but the actual learning only happens when you're asleep. That's why studies on professional cellists showed that when they played a brand new piece, better when they woke up in the morning the day after seeing it for the first time, without any additional practice. Many elite athletes report sleeping 10 to 12 hours a night, so it probably won't surprise you then to hear that Lunny and Jalen can't make it past 9 p.m. Exercise is a stressor, and sleep is one of our major tools to recover from stress. That's why we feel the need to sleep more when we're sick, injured, or have suffered in a major emotional blow. And chronic lack of sleep affects insulin sensitivity. It can contribute to gut permeability. It decreases immune function and has a massive effect on hormonal balance and your HPA axis. In fact, our partner at functional nutritionist Aaron Holt has gone so far as to suggest that you will never be able to regulate your blood sugar without first getting a handle on your sleep. So what if you don't need a lot of sleep? Let's be clear. Very few people require less than 6 hours of sleep a night. You might be surviving on a low amount of sleep, but how much sleep do you require? Do you experience intense sugar cravings, brain fog, low energy, volatile moods, difficulty concentrating, slow recovery, blood sugar swings, autoimmune struggles? These are all indications that you might not be getting enough sleep. If you're a new parent, I'm sorry. They say it gets better around 5 years. Hang in there. I feel your pain. You're going to need to dial down the intensity of your exercise and prioritize fuel and rest as much as you can. It doesn't last forever. They won't be sleeping in your bed in high school, no matter what your mother-in-law says about co-sleeping. Sleep deprivation is real and painful, but there is an end to the madness. You just might not be like your most chill self until you get there. The one thing you don't have to worry about if you have a night of bad sleep is athletic performance. So if you're regularly a good sleeper and you've already learned the skills you needed for whatever athletic feat you're going to be, A-okay if you can't sleep the night before, just because you're up night worrying about your meet or your race. Most Olympic athletes don't sleep well the night before a race or a match, but they've already pruned all the neurons necessary, and one sleepless night can't change that. So, one night of bad sleep, yeah, you can still go to hot and heavy, regular and persistent insufficient sleep. Then you should stick to zone 1 and zone 2 and exercises like yoga and walking. Okay, so you want to get better and more restful sleep. Where do you start? It's right up in the sky. The first and simplest tool is light from the sun. Light in your eyes for a few minutes close to waking when the sun is low on the horizon will help you to reset your internal circadian rhythm to help you want to go to bed earlier and improve your ability to fall asleep more easily. It's free, simple, and very powerful. Light outdoors within 4 hours of your temperature minimum. That's the coolest your body is at night. It's usually an hour or two before your normal waking time. For me, that's sun in my eyes before 8:30 in the morning. Sun after that or high in the sky will have no effect on your sleep-wake cycle. Light through a window is less effective, but better than nothing. At the very least, turn some overhead lights on in your home right when you wake up. No need to slowly increase the lights from dim, just turn them on. At this time of day, your temperature is also slowly rising, cortisol increasing, and you become steadily more alert. You can amplify the effects of your morning light by helping increase your internal temperature. So taking a cold shower or splashing cold water on your face. Your body's response to the cold is to increase heat production, which would be naturally occurring in the morning anyway. So you're just boosting the healthy thermic rhythm in your body. And adding exercise here is another great boost for increasing temperature and supporting the natural cortisol rise in your body early in the day. For the evenings, getting some sunlight in your eyes as the sun approaches the horizon is also helpful in resetting that internal clock. Okay, wait, I'm not talking about staring at the sun. If it hurts your eyes or you're squinting and your eyes are watering, listen to your body. Just go outside, look around. Worst case scenario, look out the window. Windows do filter a lot of the sun's lumens, so it will take longer at a window than it would if you just stepped outdoors. To keep up your momentum after sunset, try keeping the lights lower in relation to your eye. Think like table lamps rather than overhead lights. Okay, what about screens and artificial light? Listen, blue blockers have gotten tons of press, but there's actually not a lot of research showing that they help with sleep. They can reduce eye strain and radiation exposure, but there's no studies that show that they actually improve sleep quality, duration, or the ability to fall asleep. Now, blue light commonly gets blamed for America's sleep problems, and there's a place for that concern, but it's not quite as dire as you would think. So your blue light rules should be hard and fast, no blue light between 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. period. 10 p.m. is even better. But if you wake up in the middle of the night, put on a low light. Do not look at your phone. Don't watch a show to go back to sleep. If you like cuddling up and watching shows before bed, go for it. That's your prerogative. Just try to cut the TV off by 11 p.m. Now, we all know how much dopamine release we get from TVs, iPads, computers, phone. They're designed to addict us to participate more and more and more by intentionally inducing dopamine release with the promise of a possible reward. The apps on your phone are the ultimate slot machines. What will come up this time? Will I get a reward? It's free to try, and sometimes you get a positive feeling. Now, some of us are very sensitive to that stimulation, and it can affect sleep for hours. So you might need to set some rules for yourself and your family, like phones charge overnight in the kitchen or no phones after 8 p.m. if that's an area where you struggle. Now, before you tell me that your phone is your alarm clock, wait, do you actually not have a clock in your bedroom? And if you do have one, there isn't an alarm on it. Now, if you don't, great news. You can buy one for under $10 with an alarm online. So don't let that get in your way. This is a simple solution. If phones are keeping you from sleeping, you have to weigh the importance of Siri, set my alarm for 5:30 a.m. with hormone regulation, recovery from exercise, healing from trauma. It's an easy choice. Buy the alarm clock. Now, next up, you have a neural connection between your bladder and the part of your brain that keeps you alert. It is very, very, very difficult to sleep if you have to urinate. It's difficult to fall asleep, and it's difficult to stay asleep. So if you have a bad case of TWB, teeny weeny bladder, tapering your fluid consumption before bed can help with both. In fact, it's actually a strategy for periods of intense focus and work to drink lots and lots of water because it activates your wake mechanism and improves your focus. Now that leads us right into coffee. Coffee is great at improving focus as well as preventing us from feeling sleepy. Caffeine molecules literally block the receptors that accept the hormones that help us feel tired. So while there appear to be some people whose ability to fall asleep is not affected by caffeine consumption, the reality is the opposite for the vast majority of people. So if you're struggling to fall asleep at night, a simple step you can take is to consume your last caffeinated beverage by 2 p.m. Now, I am a huge caffeine wimp. I get shaky and uncomfortable if I have any coffee plus any kind of stress. So it's really a party for me. It's really living on the edge to have the 2 p.m. coffee. Okay, we can't forget snacks. Usually we want our snacks to be a good balance of fats, protein, carbs, and fibers, but with bedtime, carbohydrates are actually more important. It's fine to have fats and protein, but when you're prepping your bedtime stack, accentuate the carbs and don't believe that old Weight Watchers BS about not eating carbs at night because it goes right to your fat cells. That is unequivocally false. Carbs consumed within 4 hours of sleep release both tryptophan and serotonin, two of the key chemicals in sleep. So yes, not a tablespoon of white sugar, but a banana, great option. Personally, I like to get down with a banana with peanut butter on top and then roasted pistachios and mini dark chocolate chips. So good. In the evenings, your body begins to cool as you head towards sleep, all the way down towards that temperature minimum we talked about earlier. You can support this process by taking a hot bath or a hot yoga class. It might sound counterintuitive, but when you're hot, your body responds by taking action to cool you down, which continues into the night, even after the bath, or the hot shower, or the hot class is over, all the way down to your temperature minimum a couple of hours before you wake up. So finally, set the stage for sleep. Ensure that you have a cozy place to sleep with the right pillows and blankets. Jalen is a furnace at night. At night, we just recently replaced our thick, warm down comforter with a thin one, and now we're both sleeping through the night, and I'm not waking up covered in his sweat. Set the temperature in your room or open a window so you're not as hot. As your body is already naturally trying to cool overnight, maybe you add a special eye pillow, or you diffuse some essential oils, or you find a candle you like to burn. Set a good book by your bedside and get a dim, cozy night table light for your side table. Sleeping is a sacred part of our lives. It is critical for optimal health and recovery. It helps us process challenging emotions, detach from past traumas, and it offers a quiet time for all of our body's systems to repair, recover, and reset. Treat your bedroom with the respect that importance implies. It's a space for relaxation, sleep, and sex. It shouldn't be where you argue in hushed whispers after the kids go to bed or finish just one last thing on your laptop for work. Take that to the basement or the living room and save the good stuff, the positive memories, the beneficial habits, and the good times for the place you lay your head. I reverently make my bed every morning so it's prepped and ready for the cozy snug down at the end of the day. So what's the roundup? If you don't sleep, it affects all aspects of your physical and mental health. Sleep needs to be a priority for you to be and feel well. Get some light in your eyes outside in the morning and at night. Clean up your sleep hygiene and make your bedroom a special place that is for joy and recovery so that you can feel your best in the world every day. Post your questions about sleep below and check back with us later in the week. Let us know how what you've changed is affecting your sleep.